The dreams we had, the love we shared, this is what we're waiting for. And in my mind,
I get this. Here we go. 3 lights, 4 and 5. It's 2 Mercedes on front. It's lights out. And it's racing here in Sochi for the Friday Night League. And it's Marcus Watson who gets the run on Zenrazo. Epic game. And Dr. Aussie's lost a spot. We're coming into the infamous turn number 2 now. And we're going to see if we get some incident. Zen's trying to go around the outside. And there's contact. And that is epic game every day. He has pushed himself into the lead. And it's a drag race through 3. Marcus Watson down into 4th right there. There was more contact. McLaren getting out wide. That was damn nasty. And he's been touched. This could cause a huge collision. As there's about 3, 4, 5, 6 cars involved. There is carbon fiber everywhere. And somehow a lot of the cars got away. But damn nasty. He has been absolutely put through a shredder. And that is going to hurt. That is going to hurt indeed. But at the front, it is Zenrazo from Epic, from Yago. Marcus losing out. Dr. Aussie lost out big time with 5th. But there's so many cars, at least after 10th, from Ferraris that are going to carry damage here. So this really could really change some of the strategies that some of the boys are going to take. Zenrazo takes the field through now. An Epic game's going to follow. What an absolute crazy start there. That's the first time we've seen anything of its like before here at Friday Night League. It looks like Russia's getting to some of the drivers early on. There's position changes after lap 1. You can see Zen's gone up 1, Epic up 2. Yayo done the same thing, but Marcus and Aussie have lost out. One of the biggest benefited drivers was GT Race Fan, and not surprisingly, we've got a lot of the cars entering the pits here. So we've got Attack, we've got Bender, we've got Mike, and we've got China coming in. That is a busy pit lane. Look at that, 2 Force Indias are in. Somehow they got double stacked there. So there we go. Let's see what they've decided to come out on. And then Yayo is in 3rd here. We're going to follow him. So tyres for some of them. A lot of the other guys choosing the ones who have come out on the softs, I think was the smart move. But we've had China on the hypers. Same with Damn You. And Bender and the Cougar have chosen the ultra soft. So very interesting strategy calls there. But that's going to make things interesting as the back of the field are fighting for it. Damn Nasti's actually made a spot up. Has looked on the timing sheet there. So he's charging through. He wants to redeem that catastrophic exit on 3. But it's Yago, Epic, and Zen, the top 3 at the front right now. And they're controlling the pace of this Grand Prix. And there goes Zen with the quickest lap here, 1:34.912. Marcus Watson is going to keep it cool, calm, and collected. Dr. Aussie, he's just outside. And we should get DRS activated soon here. So we're going to start seeing some DRS action here at Russia. And it looked like Hawks is getting really close to the back end of that Haas's gearbox. Aussie's going to have to be careful here. He's going to want to make that car wide. Hawks is not going to want to be behind for very long. A lot of dirty air to slow him down, heat up his engine. Hawks has been given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Must have been just exceeding track limits a little bit too much. And there goes Haas of Aussie. He goes a little bit wide. But Hawks is on his tail. Here's the chase. Aussie's being hunted here at the moment. Got a yellow in sector 1. Don't know if we've had an accident there. Those bots drop down the order a little bit. The DRS, you can see, on. Dr. Aussie had it there. That kind of helped him. And Dr. Aussie's he's been all crossed up through the entrance there. And that has given Hawks a moment to pounce. Here we go. He's going to try and get the switch over around the outside. That's going to be a fantastic move from the Ferrari. And Doc Dawes, he's down in the 6th position. But Hawks just waited. And he got his just desserts. Now, the two Renaults aren't too far away from each other. And it looks like Aussie is next on that list. Aussie, though, he wants to throw it back in Hawk's face. He wants to do the instant reply. Oh, look at that. Metaman from nowhere chucks it up around the outside. That was an overtake I did not see coming. And he might get it through the outside of 3 here. And Metaman pushing it too hard. He's gone outside. And his car is all sorts of damaged. So he just disappeared. Let's see if we can see him on the side of the track. But that's a Renault gone. He was on for it. This is on board with bots. We're going to see the Renault outside. Looks like it's... There he is. So Metaman has made a massive drama there. And everyone below 13th will be moving up 1 spot. Anyway, to the midfield battles at the moment. This is 2 Toro Rossos in between a Red Bull. This is Ferrari's at the moment. His sister team outperforming him at the moment a little bit. Ferrari's are wanting to do maybe a little bit better and get that Red Bull up on a podium. You see it's a little bit dusty here at Sochi. Welcome everybody to the Friday Night League. We had an epic start, catastrophic start, one of the most catastrophic starts I think I've seen in the history of Friday Night League, apart from the crash we had at Spa. But that crash there coming out of 3 really hurt Damien Nasty. He was just put through the shredder as to speak. And they all had to make early pit stops here. That's a wide run for Ferrari's. GT race fan. He's got the Mingman. He's the sole Renault left here in tonight's race. After Metamunen made a massive error through 3. He was pushing for the overtake on the dirty line, and the car just lost all grip. Change up the front. It's between Yayo and Epic every day. 3-second time penalty for Damien Nasty, so he must be pushing a little bit too hard. Here we go. It's on between Yayo and Epic. 2 Ferrari-powered cars here. The Alpha has the Ferrari engine from the Ferrari in front, so they're the same powered. Well, they're the actually same performance anyway in Friday Night League, but we'll look past that for now. That's just the technicalities of it. An Epic game every day is going to get DRS, and this could be a move on if he can just follow long enough and get the power that he needs. He looks, but there wasn't enough room. He thinks better of it. Oh, and again, the moves that we just don't see coming out of nowhere. Yago loses his 3rd, and Epic comes up to 2. Yago has to be very careful. That's where we lost the other Renault. And there it is. 2nd and 3rd have changed spots once again. And we're on lap 6 of 27. And it looks like Epic's being able to use his superior confidence through this track to grow the lead. So it doesn't look like we're going to have anyone who's remaining take a soft tyre, but we'll wait and see what happens there. In at least 2 laps, we might see the start of the first Hypersoft 1-stop come in. We've lost bots as well. I'm not sure what happened there, but we did lose Metamunen as a massive accident as he's just slingshotted out of 3. You can see the camber there does not work well with the cars at all. It just wants to just chuck them out into that wall. But Yago's kept with Epic here, and they're going to go around for another lap. Yago was just given a 3-second time penalty then as well, so that's going to hurt. You can see the effect DRS has for Yago, but Epic is just able to keep him away, make that car as wide as he needs it to be. And through 3, look at that. You can see the camber that the track slightly rolls out. Oh no, as Rumpel, I don't know how he's done that. Absolutely caught it. How did he catch that? Massive snap. Yayo with the reactions of a fighter pilot. Marcus Watson, he's losing a bit of time now. I don't know if he's trying to preserve tyres or something and maybe go for a longer stint. But he's in 4th there. And there's Hawks. Oh, careful. You can see just how dusty it is when you hit that AstroTurf. And Hawks is almost a victim of that. Cougar with a 3-second time penalty. Dr. Aussie was up on 3rd spot. He was on the 2nd row and he's down in the 6th spot after the 7th lap here. He's behind a Ferrari. Again, Ferrari power in the Haas as well. There is a Renault. It looks like it's lining up his lunch. And on the menu is the doctor there. Oh, it almost looks like Hawks in front there was just getting the car sideways. He's going to have to be careful he doesn't rip through the rubber too much and he just all of a sudden drops off that cliff. This is the Ming Man, the lone Renault. DRS, you can see Hawks is trying to break that slipstream. Aussie wants to be in it. Hawks. Here we go. They're going to be dragging up into 1. Going to have to keep an eye on the Ming Man as well. That's around the outside for Aussie. Can he make the turn? He does. Great stuff. And it looks like the Ming is now going to put the pressure on Hawks. And Hawks might lose 2 spots before you know it. Here we go. Hawks around the outside. They've just pulled the cars in now, slowed them down. Very wide for Hawks. And he's going to have to let the Ming go there. Hawks under so much pressure, he's cracked. And there we go. It's 2 spots down for the Hawks. Aussie redeems back up into 4th right now. The Ming follows through. GT race fan. Now he knows Hawks is a little bit frazzled at the moment. Can he make the most of it? And Ferrarians as well in the Red Bull. Oh, what has Hawks done? Hawks has just kept it out of the wall. That's given GT time to make the overtake. And it looks like he's going to be now losing another spot to Ferrarians in behind. Tyres on that Ferrari, they must be gone. Here we go, coming in. He's going to have to be careful here as we get the cars slowed down. There's Ferrarians in behind. Oh, again, you can see, look at that. He's just having to snap the car as it oversteers. Catched it again. You can see that was understeer and oversteer. It was all of it. And yeah, not surprisingly, Hawks is coming into the pit stops on lap number 9, but he was losing a lot of time there towards the end of that. The Ming's actually gone in as well. So the two guys on the Hypers there going in. The rest of them are going to continue on. So they're happy with how their tyres are performing. It's going to be Ultras here for the Renault. Aussie's been given a 3-second time penalty there as well. And it's going to be Hawks ending on the Ultras. And Yayo goes past. He's on the Ultras as well. He's 1 lap down. So I actually missed Yayo going for the pit stop there. So Yayo gets in front of the Ming and Hawks through the pit stops. As we shuffle through the grid right now. Dr. Aussie here. We're happy, I think, with 4th right now. He's had to fight hard for it. Oh, GT Race Fan is gone. Not sure what's going on. Let's see if we can see anything. We're on board with the Ming Man. Hawks given a 3-second time penalty. Safety car's been called here, guys. Trying to find out where the incident is. Safety car. Oh, that's an overtake under the safety car, I think. Hawks is going to be careful. Well, that's where GT Race Fan was. We just saw the car got cleaned up. Pretty sure, though, Hawks. Speeding under safety car for Epic Game, and he is currently 2nd. That is not what you want to see. I don't know what these boys are doing. They're fighting for position under the safety car, which is not allowed. So they're taking this moment to go for the pit stops, which is probably the right move. Zenraza's coming out on the Ultras. I don't think Marcus pitted. He didn't. He's gone for another lap under it. So I don't know if he's hoping we get 3 laps under the safety car. That'd be unlikely. But Zen's out on new rubber with the Ultra Soft. Epic game. Don't know if he's going to keep that third unless he served that penalty just then. And the Doctor and Ferrarins come out now. So Ferrarins is actually taking the soft to the end of the race. And you'd wonder why he's taking the soft when drivers in front are taking the Ultras. Is Ferrari's just not as comfortable? So we're under the safety car currently. Trying to ascertain where we are currently in the safety car rotation. More coming in. That's China. Mike's in. Ultrasofts there. So a lot of the cars taking this opportunity to change tyres. There's Marcus. He's the leader. And he's just behind the safety car. He didn't pit, so I wonder if he was past the pit entrance when the safety car was called. Actually, that could have been it. It's our first ever safety car in Friday Night League. Welcome. We're on lap 10 of 27. The safety car's been called after an incident with GT Race Fan. And a lot of the drivers have entered the pit lane, except for the race leader, Marcus Watson. He should go in now to be his best time to minimise any time lost. But everyone else has actually gained from this. Mr. Echo's here. Welcome. Tilbrook, welcome in. Our leader will change, and Zenrazo now takes the field around once again. We'll expect this to be our last time under the safety car. The cars are all trying to keep heat in their tyres. If they cool them too much, could be in a lot of trouble. Marcus Watson's team, looks like they were happy with that one, and he rolls out of the pits on the Ultra Soft. So Bender stayed on his tyres, so did the Cougar. Are they going to come in? Bender comes in. So I think that was a good move there, actually. Let's see, has he actually made a stop before? He did. Ultra Softs were getting a little bit old. I think it would have been close anyway. Anyway, that's the race at the moment. We've only got 15 left. We've lost 3 drivers. 2 big incidences here. One massive one, which Damn You Nasty was involved in. He somehow survived it. Went in and got all new carbon fibre bits put on. This is the field being led by the Formula 1 safety car here at Sochi, Russia. It's Zen from Epic and then Yayo. Doc Dawes up there in 4th. Ferrarins is on the soft tyre in 5th right now. Hawks is 6th. And the wingman in 7th, the lone Renault. Now Breedin's 10 laps into his soft stint. I wonder why he hasn't changed for a faster tyre. Because he's going to lose, I think he's going to lose laps and time anyway if he stays on it. Yeah, Blake, I saw what you did there, taking that dirty line. It was a bold move, mate, but unfortunately it didn't work. It's just one of those things. Now the car's getting around again. Hopefully we see those lights go out on that safety car and we get back to racing here. But at the moment, we're being held up. Alright, it's another lap around. I think they're just waiting for all the cars to maybe catch up. They should be there at the moment. And like I thought, Breedin's gone into the pits. This is how our points currently look. Our constructors' points. Ferrari on the top. They got 2 boys home last week in very strong positions. There's Ferrari with 44. At the moment, they will improve on that. as they've got Yayo up in third and Hawks is in the points too. Renault with 26. They've only got 1 point scoring car left, so they're going to hope for a good result. Alpha, then McLaren, Haas with 18, and Red Bull is just in front of their sister team, Toro Rosso and Racing Point. Take out the final points with Williams. They've got nothing. Here we go. This is the action. Zen Razo. Hopefully we see that safety car enter here. You think it would. The lights are still not out. What is our race director doing? Well, we're not quite at the pit stop yet. I thought we were a little bit further around. But it's been such a long safety car. There we go. Safety car's in this lap. The lights are out. Senrazo will control this field of cars. Anyway, Zen is going to slow him down. And you can see they're getting really slow. 2 laps on, he's got ultra softs. Has he heated them up? Have the rest of the field heated them up? We're going to get a restart here in Sochi. DRS is back and enabled, and I think we're green flag racing just before the final corner, and Zenrazo takes us through. Great run there, but it looks like Epic might get jumped from Yayo. Look at this, already under immense pressure as we come in to turn number 2. Back down the field as well. Hawks has managed to get around. The rest of the field, we're all packed up in together. He gets around the Red Bull. Dr. Aussie keeps his spot. Epic Game actually lost that as we went to further down. So Yayo moves up 1 to Epic, and Dr. Aussie will be hoping he can do a similar move, but that's a wide move from Yayo. Epic is going to put the pressure on immediately, but Zen has already run away a little bit with this interval. He's got 9/10. Aussie just keeps it in. The rest of the cars there, that was almost a huge crash. Ferrari's just avoids hitting that barricade, and he's pushed himself all the way back out down in the 9th there. Massive, that would have been massive. And there we go, we've got Bender and China. A move done. Marcus losing spots. Marcus is under some distress right now. What is going on with Marcus's car? He's got that Red Bull to his inside. He's got to be careful. He will have the inside for this one though. And he's gotten it done. Just takes back to 7th. But Marcus is struggling a little bit here today. The cold tyres probably not helping. But the Min Man doing a good job. Rest of the field coming through. As we go to the front, Hawks again. He's got a lot of understeer in that car today. And Dr. Aussie, I just noticed, he's moved up to 3rd. Epic is in the pits. So Epic not happy with whatever he's chosen to do there. Here we go, Marcus Watson in the Ming Man. It looks like it was on. There's so much action happening right now. It's hard to keep track of it all. And through goes Marcus there with a pretty clean move. Should be happy with that one. Dr. Aussie, he made a move on Hawks earlier on, and he's back up to the qualifying position of 3rd. Hawks move back down into 4th right now. But it looks like it's the battle here for 5th, which is really shaping up nicely between Marcus the Ming and Mike. Some few little driving mistakes have really brought these cars together after that safety car period. And Redeman has left us. The Ming Man just behind Marcus Watson's gearbox. Mike's been given a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings as well. So Mike's just behind the Ming Man here. So Ming Man, is he going to go for a move here? It almost looked like he was going to go for a dive. But at the moment, these guys are just staying together nicely, keeping it on the road, pointing straight. That's what they want to do. Yayo with a penalty. So he's second. There's going to be some big changes. Aussie's in. Why has Aussie come in? This is not expected. Has he got some damage he needs fixed? And he's going to be losing a lot of time. He did. He's already come in once. Oh, he's serving a penalty, I think. That's what it was. So he served that penalty now, and he can get back to racing. Well, Aussie, he picked up a penalty there, and he's all the way back down to unlucky 13th. He's not going to be impressed with that, but it won't affect his final result, as some of them might still have penalties which are yet unserved and will be added on at the end of the results here. Well, 15 to 27, and it's been a very interesting one. We've had our first ever safety car. We've had quite a few cars just get eaten up here by the Sochi track. But there's been some really good driving on display. And it's still the battle for fifth at the moment, which is the exciting thing happening. There's Marcus. He's starting to pull away, so he's obviously got his tyres up to temp. That Red Bull always looks to go there. But that door always is shut by the Ming man. And at the moment, he's doing a fantastic job of holding him off. Welcome, Anthony, to the Formula One stream. And welcome as well, YouTube. Hope you're having a good night. As you know my name, it's Josh. I'm from Demo One Garage. I do the eSports broadcasting here. Partnered up with Friday Night League. And we've got an awesome package here. So anyway, on board with the Ming through 3. You can just see that would really heat up the tyres a little bit, but it should be all right for the rest of the track. Marcus is building that gap. So he looks comfortable now in 4th. Hawks has settled it down, it seems, and he's starting to pull away from that midfield. Yayo as well in the Ferrari. So the Ferrari are on for some good points for the constructors. And then it's Zen, our 2-time FNL1 champion. He's leading this Grand Prix on lap 16. He had a great restart after the safety car happened. And he's been in control ever since. Just look how clean he is. That car looks planted and set up as perfectly. He'll have no complaints. But what a race it's been. Now, it looks like Mike's gotten around the Ming as we were just checking out the front. And the Ming has been beaten by Mike. Both off soft tyres. Now, was the Ming close enough for DRS? I don't know if he was here. So he's going to have to just accept that and into 2. Again, he's too far away. He's not going to be able to make a move now. He's just going to have to follow in and assess the Ming's weak spots around the track. The only soft tyre on driver running the soft is Ferrari's. Whether or not that's going to benefit him at the end of the race is a different story. The Cougar, interestingly, is on Hypersofts. Now, Hypersofts, they're only good for 16 laps. So he's done 4 laps. He's got 12 to go. He's just going to get them in. So maybe that was a good move from the Cougar. Mike with a penalty, 3-second penalty. There's been a lot of penalties handed out today. The track stewards here are very strict. So strict, in fact, there's even a bug coming into the pit lane entry, which a lot of the drivers would have lost time coming in. But it would have been worth losing maybe 2 or 3 seconds on the entrance than getting slapped with a stop-go penalty for violating pit entrance limits. Anyway, Zen goes around, finishes his lap, and his lead is 2.4 seconds. And without a massive mistake from him, I think Zen should be on to win this one. Yago as well. Just needs to find a little bit of time here. His tyres are a little bit older too, so he's on the back foot already. And it's going to be hard for him to catch up. Hawks, though, might be able to do it. But again, he's 4 seconds behind. That's a lot of time. The field really got spread out. Attack with a penalty. Dr. Aussie's up a move. So Dr. Aussie's making his comeback. And that's 11th for him at the moment. He got around Breeden. And Breeden almost misses that apex completely. But now, here we go. Ferrari's just starting to be caught now. As he's on that soft tyre. I wondered why he stayed on that soft tyre, because it's going to be slower, and you can see China is there. Another 3-second penalty for Bender. Attack as well. So the Racing Point drivers, they're really starting to close in on this Red Bull. And this Red Bull is all alone. DRS, he was close enough to the Ming. It's going to help him fight him off, but they're all going to be equally matched. Can he chuck that car up on the inside again? He must want to wring everything he can out of the tyres. That's why he's gone soft, but he's out too wide. And China, with the inside line, has made it done, but he's lost it. China gets too happy, and now it's teammate on teammate. They have a little touch. Luckily, I don't think there was any damage there. All punctures. Oh, Attack again. Too keen. And he gets so wide on that last turn. He was in the grass there. He was lucky not to lose control. These two Racing Point cars now under a lot of pressure from each other as they just ruin their chance through some of the most technical corners here at Sochi. We're on board with Ferrari's. He's on the soft tyre, and the only reason I think he might choose this tyre is he must want to run full pelt to the end, where maybe some of the other drivers on the Ultra Soft have to ease off here and there. So Ferrari's, well, he's in 7th right now, so he should be quite happy with that, with the race we've had. And he's sticking with the Ming Man too, so again, he's gotten multiple warnings there, and that's a 3-second penalty. So Ferrari's really affected by the strict stewarding. Again, tries to chuck it up. He makes it awkward for that Renault. But again, the Renault stays in front. What a race we've had. It's starting to wind down a little bit now. We've only got 7 laps to go. But it will be action from start to finish here. And whether we have not decided these positions yet. Anything could happen. And we've even got one hyped up doctor down the field. He's trying to close in. He's got 6 seconds. Of course, an overtake happens as I move away. But Ferrari's had a move done on the Ming and just lost it. Here we go. He's chucked it in again. The massive dive. He's licked the stamp and he's sending it. And the Ming Man has received his mail. And there comes China. Oh, China trying to squeeze in when there's no room. Oh, and now things are starting to get a little bit touchy out there. Ferrari's, he's gone really wide. Dusty has out there too. That's where they've got to be careful. Now, China. Here we go. The charge is on. He's prowling. Ferrari's inside. Crosshairs locked on. Drop Super Late Echo. Well, it's all worth it for a good Formula 1 race. No, they've all kept their cars. Oh, again, this is probably what China did last time. He's just missed his braking point, I think. Now you can see Attack's there, and even Epic is starting to catch up. So things are really starting to get crowded here for the 6th position. The final points positions as well is very important for everyone. Hawks gets a 3-second time penalty. So I can't keep up with all these penalties here. We're going to have to rely on the final provisional result screen. These penalties, Jacob, are really hurting. And that, as I look down and read the chat, is a massive mistake for Ferrarians. He's losing all those spots. And he's just in the points right now. But the distance now between 6th and 7th, 2/10. And that's the Ming and the Renault, the 2 racing point. Well, it's actually Force India in 2018. They follow each other in a train. So now, Epic Game, he's caught up to the back of this train and he's in for a chance here. He really is. China putting the pressure on the French team. Here we go, DRS activated. I think we're all going to get it except the Ming. Ming is going to be under a lot of pressure. The Ming just dives it in as attack goes 3 wide through that corner. They've all kept the cars on track. Epic Games coming through. Inside line for China. This could be his move done. Just does it. Just does it. The Ming man's down 1 spot in Epic Game every day. It's game on. It's game on here on lap 22. We're on board with the Ming man. He's going to get the DRS again. Oh, what is he doing, Ming? He almost touched the grass on the outside. China's not trying to break that slipstream. Here we go. The DRS is on. Move done. Out to the outside. And that's 6th position for the Ming. China now in behind, and he'll be set up for the next DRS zone. So we'll Epic Game every day. The distance 3/10. China's 1/10 behind. He's following really close. They're going to have to be careful that they don't lock up or overheat. Cutting a lot of the corner there was Epic. Cougar's actually up 1 spot, getting past Breedin. We're going to stick with this now. Oh, the Ming goes wide again. We see a lot of cars do it there, and that's where I think a lot of penalties have been handled out. They just haven't got that corner done and dusted correctly. I think the track looks a little bit dusty, and I don't know if that's affecting their grip levels. Anyway, the Ming man, he's only got a car so wide. He can only defend so much. He's going to do his best, though. He's going to probably try. Here we go. China's actually in front on the table, and they've touched. Don't know if there's too much damage there, but this might affect his performance. Anyway, China's around the outside. Renault tails him. Epic Game at the moment, just staying out of it. And there's Ferrarians. He's caught up, and that is Dr. Aussie. We have a battle for 6th, from 6th to 11th. This is absolutely insane stuff. I couldn't have scripted this. We have only 5 laps, including this remaining, and anyone from 7th to 11th right now is in for a shot. Here we go. That is Ming around the outside, inside line for him, and that is done. China loses to Epic as well. Through turn 3, Epic's on the dirty line. This, got to be careful, because that's where we lost our other Renault. Oh, through there, the car's all shuffling. And at the moment, China's in front of the Ming. Epic, again, back to 8th. They're swapping and changing positions every second, and it's been, I don't know what happened there, a bit of a touch, and China's been sent flying off into the runoff area. And that looks like the Ming man is out as well. So the Ming was involved. China, though, survived that. And a lot of drivers here have really benefited from it. This is Dr. Oz. He's got DRS on the Red Bull. Ferrarians now. It looks like Aussie's done it. And the Red Bull can't do anything but just back off and let the move happen. But there's been some huge damage and drama here at the race. We've had China and the Ming man who are battling for 6th spot. There was a touch. We unfortunately don't have a replay, but it is something that we're going to have to go over and assess as we get towards the end of the race. There could be some penalties handed out, or it could have been a racing incident. You're unable to make an informed opinion at the moment. Dr. Aussie, though, he's had a massive comeback after serving a penalty. And here he goes. He's on his redemption run. He's up into 7th now, so he's in some good points. He should be pretty happy with the way he's recovered here today. Ferrarins, 3 seconds for the multiple warnings. I think that was for cutting that corner there. So track limits here are really tight. Really tight. There's attack. Can he keep it in front of that Red Bull? That Red Bull's been an annoyance for some of the drivers today. He's on a separate strategy. The soft, but so's the Cougar. But I think Cougar's tyres, I think he's worked them too much. And the soft tyre of Ferrarins has got more grip left. Epic's got a 3-second penalty now. So he was the one who was just sitting off the back end of that train of cars we had. 5 cars. He inherited 6th position, but with so many penalties today, I don't know if he's going to finish there. Thank you, Jacob. I'm glad you're enjoying the action. Oh no, his Epic. I thought Epic had planted the accelerator on that exit curbing and lost the back end. It's looking a bit slippery and slidey. There's only 2 laps to go as well, so he needs to just hold on. Dr. Aussie will want to do the same thing. He's on the Ultra Softs. So some of the cars now starting to separate again. The only one that's close is Azatak. He's close to the back end of Ferrari's Red Bull. So is Mike. Actually, Mike is not too far away from Marcus Watson. We'll see if we can't follow that. Does a move happen for Az? It doesn't. And he still has trouble with that first corner. So Mike is just outside DRS range of Marcus now. And this is the battle for 4th position as we come to the closing stages of this spectacular Russian Grand Prix. Race number 2 for the Friday Night League. It has been one spectacle which you should go and watch again and again. There was so much, there has been so much going on. I don't think I've seen it all. I'm sure there are a lot of stories which will come out later. And we'll try and keep you updated with all that. If you are also like the Real F1, might I suggest go checking out the Lights Out F1 podcast done from myself and Dr. Aussie from the Friday Night League. Every Thursday after the Grand Prix, we'll have a rundown and share our opinions about the racing that was, and also keep you up to date with the eSports world. But look at this. Marcus Watson has made massive gains on the back end of Hawks. So, the battle for 3rd and 4th and 5th, it is back on with 2 laps remaining. Nothing is certain in the Friday Night League. Here we go. Strap yourselves in because this one is going to get absolutely bumpy. Marcus, the youngster. Oh, that's Hawks losing his braking marker. He must have just lost a bit of brain fade. That's all it takes. But it also looks like the tyres there for Hawks and Mike are just starting to drop off. I think Mike touched that wall there a little bit. But Hawks is really struggling at the moment. You can just see the car doesn't want to grip to that tarmac. It's a smooth... Oh, huge crash for Mike. And he's out of this one at the death. Mike... Let's see if we can't see what he's done. But he looks like he's just lost all grip. There's the yellow flag section 2. He's going to be to the right. There he is. Huge shunt for Mike. And some more inherited positions for Epic. He's just going to keep it clean here from here on in, I'd imagine. But Hawks, though, he was really close to the back end of Marcus. Hawks catches the slide. Now Epic... This is probably why Ferrari's is on the softs. Looks like everyone has pushed those ultras a little bit too hard. And Hawks is struggling. Here's Azatak. He's on the back end of Ferrari's. Ferrari's will have the grippier tyre, you'd think. China moves up his spot. So does Bender. This is our leader. He doesn't look like he's got any tyre problems. The rest of the guys do. So Zenrazo looks like he's going to finish this one in style. And there's Yago as well. Yago, he's looking comfortable. Marcus Watson. He's probably coming near the end as well, but I think he's looking pretty stable as well. But it's Hawks who's going to be driving on ice right now. He's going to have to be super careful. He's losing a lot of time. But he might... Whether or not he's got enough time between him and Epic Game, we're about to find out. And here comes Aussie with the run of his life. Aussie might be within DRS and in for a shot of an overtake before this one's over. And this could be an overtake of the season if he can get it done. Come on, Dr. Aussie, do your thing. That is a slow-moving Alpha in front. There's DRS. It's activated. The wing flicks open. The checkered flag has actually been taken by Zen as we are watching on. And Yago gets second. Checkered flag, so that's confirmed. Through the final few corners now. Marcus Watson's going to be coming through for third. And there he is. He takes it. Hawks gets his card to the end of the race. Just tentatively, though. He had an unstopped serve and go, so that's going to hurt his final position here. An Epic Game just keeps it in front of the Doctor on the last lap. And that is fifth for him. Doctor will move up to fourth with penalties now being calculated. And it's Epic Game. Ferrarins as attack next to come across with the Cougar. And there he is. The other Haas gets through. 5 second unserved stop go. So there's a lot of penalties to be sorted. Breeden takes the checkered flag as well. China will be the final car to see the black and white checkered flag to signify the race is all done and dusted. But what a race it's been. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have some interviews with the top three. So this should be an interesting one. But here is your podium. That is our race winner. Points all for Mercedes as well. And Ferrari will be pretty happy with their finish today. 2 Aussies and a Kiwi share the podium. What a race it was. It was a tough one. A very tough one by the looks of it indeed. So, there's your final provisional results. And you can see pretty much everyone had a issue with the race director at some point. There's going to be a lot of incidences that the officials are going to have to review over the week. So, there could be some changes happening. But at the moment, provisionally, Zen's got the lead. I don't think he's got any problems. Yayo and then Marcus Watson for the 1, 2, 3. And Aussie, after all that, he finished in 4th. So he only lost 1 spot after his pretty defeating start there. But have we got some of the boys? Just waiting now. See if anyone comes in for interviews. It is a new procedure, so they might, forget to do it, which is understandable. I actually forgot to set it up myself. So if they don't come, they don't come. Mr. Echo says GG. Swatter, what is going on? And thanks to everyone that's joined us. Don't forget, this happens every Friday night. Friday Night League, F1. 2 spots remaining. If you want to join, hit up their Discord link and they will sort you out. You might be racing next Friday for a team. Now, like I said, we're just going to see if they come for the interviews. If not, that's what happens. Yayo's here. So, what a race. What a race.
Yeah.
Marcus Watson here as well. Well, I'll just see if we can't wait for Zen.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Being the winner.
Yeah, he's coming. Oh, sweating bullets.
Yeah, I'm sweating as well, and I wasn't even behind a wheel. Zen Razo. What a race,
That
mate.
was
How would you describe that race in Russia?
that was definitely a race to remember. You know, I think that I wasn't happy with my first stint. The tyres were going too quick, and that pace car couldn't have come out at a better time.
So, did you get the pace car before you passed the pit entry?
Yeah, I was just entering into sector 3, going under the bridge when the safety car came out, and I was actually considering I was probably going to pit a lap or two later at best. But when I saw that pace car come out, I said, "Yep, I'm coming in." It was perfect timing. I'm not sure if Yayo, I haven't spoken to him yet, but I'm not sure if Yayo had pitted a lap earlier than that and got compromised. I don't know.
Yeah, Yago, did you? We weren't sure.
Yeah, so I got a good start. Had a good battle with Epic. Went around the sweeper and I actually crashed into a wall and broke my wing. And I came in to replace my wing. I thought my race was over. And the safety car came out, which actually worked to my benefit. It sort of closed the gap. I only just got ahead of the pack by about a metre. And then I was on the back of Epic and Zen and tried to push him, but my tyres went completely off. I think I was driving on oil.
Yeah, well, that was the question I was going to pose to Zen. At the end there, mate, your tyres, what sort of condition were they in?
They weren't great. With definitely with the last 2 laps, maybe even last 3 laps, turn 3 was a handful. And I was really just leaning the engine out, not so much to save fuel, but just to keep drive, you know, out of the corners. The tyres were definitely.
And that race start as well, there was a lot going on. What did you make of it?
Well, that race start was epic, to say the least. I got a run on Marcus down the straight. He took the inside line. I tried to hold it around the outside. We did touch wheels. I went over the curb. I lifted. It didn't ping me. I was fortunate. I kept the inside line. I kept it planted when I got back on the track, and I noticed that we must have been 3 wide going around turn 3 at some stage.
Oh, yeah, it was almost 4, I think. It was bloody insane.
Yeah, and then in my mirror, I vaguely saw the other 2 guys at least get a little bit behind me. So I took my line in, and I took a pretty, I'd say pretty slow line through turn 4, but it all seemed to follow through. So once I got that through, I felt confident after that. But I wasn't happy. I think I pushed a little bit too hard to gap the guys, so I started really losing some tyres near the end of my stint.
Yeah, well, you weren't the only one, but you had a really great race and a great restart too after that safety car. You must have been happy with that.
Yeah, the restart was pretty good. It let me go pretty much in the short shoot coming into the last turn. And I think just being, ahead in that short, because it's so short, only really Rayo could stay with me. And he probably compromised himself a little bit on the exit there. And I managed to just, hold him off. DRS wasn't available, so I knew I just had him covered.
Well, it was awesome to watch, Zen. So thanks for your time and congratulations on the Sochi win. Can't wait for round 3.
Well done, Ben.
Indeed.
Now, Yayo, your take on that whole race. Sorry, Zen, go on.
Is Marcus there? Because I think the pits really compromised him. He couldn't double stack behind me, so he had to go another lap.
Marcus is here. I'll just get to him after Yayo. But yeah, Yayo, that race for you, the race start there. Give us your insight.
Yeah, I got a good run on Aussie, and then, as you said, I think I was almost 4 wide around the sweeper and managed to get Marcus, which got me into 3rd, which I was really happy about. I got Epic, and started gaining on Zen, and then I thought I'd come into the undercut and made a mistake. But after the restart of the safety car, I was actually feeling really good. I felt like I was going to put a bit of pressure on Zen, and an upset was on the cards. And then my tyres were in temperature. I can't, and the wear wasn't bad. I just can't understand. But my tyres just completely obliterated, and from there I was just trying to minimise penalties and bring home a podium.
Yeah, the penalties were harsh. Everyone was getting them. What turn was the hardest? What was the strictest turn, actually, in your mind?
When the tyres go, it's really hard to. Your rear end will step out, and then you're sort of holding a really poor line through some of the quicker corners, and you'll cut it, and you'll get pinged. I didn't have any penalties until after the safety car, and when my tyres went off, I was getting penalties left, right, and centre. So.
Everyone was, man. I think Zen was the only one I think that didn't get anything. So you're not alone, and the officials have a lot of work ahead of them.
Yeah, look pretty crazy. But yeah, thanks Josh again. Thanks Zen and Marcus. It was well done. Cheers.
No worries, man. Congratulations. Marcus, I want to finish with you, third place. Now, you had the podium. Did you get bogged down at the start? Wheel spin, or what happened there?
I thought I had a pretty good start until I got into turn 1, and obviously I touched wheels with Zen, and then got to the exit of the corner and we were 3 wide, so I just...
Oh, he's gone. Bugger. Here he's back again. Yeah, go on, mate.
Yeah, just... I got a good start, and when we got to the exit of turn 2, I realised we were 3 wide, and I just backed out of it before something bad happened.
Did you know there was a big collision that happened behind you? There could have been 2 safety cars this race.
No, I did not.
Oh, well, trust me, you were lucky. Now, when the safety car did come out, were you past the pit entry?
No, I was a really way away from the pits when it came out.
Right, because we obviously it was so hard to keep track of everyone on where everyone was. So yeah, when the safety car came out, everyone else seemed to go in, but you didn't. So I was just wondering if you were happy with the strategy.
I was not happy. Like it did cost me a lot, and it should have double stacked.
Shouldn't double stack. Well, lesson learnt, mate. But some great driving out there, Marcus, and I can't wait to see what you got next round, dude. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Good race, guys.
Good, mate.
No worries. Any last words from any of you?
Go Ferrari.
Go Ferrari. Can't wait for Japan, dude. Really can't.
Japan. Well, while I've got you on here, thanks again for those race notes as well, Zen. They're really good.
Not a problem. And a cheers to my boys that are watching the stream tonight. Thank you.
Well, there you go. They're our podium finishers: Zen, Razo, Yayo, and Marcus. Thanks for watching us. And as always, race hard and on the edge, and we'll catch everybody next Friday night for the FNL1. See you guys then.